Hey guys, it's Sunday morning and I'm going to do a restorative yoga flow. So if you want to start out in child's pose, basically where you bend your knees, lean over and lean forward, touch your forehead to the ground, and just focus on your breathing in this moment. And also just use this time to stretch out your upper back. And when you feel like you're ready, you've inhaled and exhaled and focused on your breathing, come to all fours. And you're going to do some cat and cows where you're going to lift your head up, tuck your head under, and feel the bend in your spine, just warming up the spine. And then just do it as slow or as fast as your body's requiring. And when you're breathing in and you're releasing whatever toxins or whatever you don't want in your mind out. And then you're going to lift your right hand up toward the sky, gaze follows, tuck it under your left, and then lift your left leg out toward the back and feel that stretch in your back. If you have tightness in your back, this is a really great stretch to do. And then you're going to thread the needle on your other side, left hand up, tuck it under, and then my back just cracked. And then stick your right leg out toward the back. If you can't stick it out, don't worry. It's just an extra added stretch to your lower back. And if your back's really contorted, it really helps. And then go back to your cat and cows. And we're going to go into a bear pose. So this particular bear pose, I'm going to just leave the tops of my feet down and lift my upper back. This is just going to warm up my upper spine area. If you want to go to the other bear pose where you tuck your feet under, feel free. It's not as challenging. It's modified. And while you're holding it up, just focus on building your strength. And then release and come back to cat and cow pose. And the really amazing thing about yoga is no matter how much you think you don't need it, once you get into it, it really resets your mind. So it's not necessarily for your body, but also to refocus your mind and whatever comes up, and to realize that the present moment is essential. So focus on breathing in and breathing out. And then from here, I'm going to lift my right leg back, my left arm out in front, and I'm going to hold it here for a second. And then I'm going to twist it out to the side, your right leg out to the right side, left arm out to the left side, and I'm going to hold it here. And I think that was mosquito. And just hold it, balancing, focusing on your inner abs. And then back to the center, reach your hand behind, grab your right leg, and feel the stretch in the back of your right thigh. And just hold it here for a moment. And remember, when you're exhaling, you're going to exhale out all the toxins. Just think of it that way, or all the negativity in your life. And then we're going to switch and do the opposite hand. Right hand in front, left hand behind. Hold it here for a second. And remember to focus on your breathing and focus on the present moment. And then you're going to move it out toward the side. Hold it here for a moment. Focus on your breathing. Focus on holding it here. If you fall out, get back in. And just building that inner strength. And then we're going to reach behind and grab the left hand with our left foot with our right hand. And then feel the stretch in the back of your left thigh. Then from here, I'm going to go into a plank pose. I'm going to hold it here for a moment. It's basically going to wake up your inner abs, your upper back, and it's going to force you to be present with your body. If you want, you can do a forearm plank as well. And then from here, I'm going to go to a downward dog. And when you get to your first downward dog of the day, walk your dog, go from side to side, and just really focus on how your body feels. Does your body feel tight? Do you want to do some hip circles? Leaning side to side, whatever it is craving. And then from here, I'm going to walk my hands back to the back of the mat, half lift, forward fold, stand tall, side bend to the right, center, side bend to the left, and then mini back bend, forward fold. You can clasp your hands behind your back, and then you're going to walk your hands out to a plank pose. Hold it here for a moment, and then we're going to do a vinyasa. Make sure your shoulders are tucked in, and then reach your head up. And then you can twist from side to side to get the stretch in your upper back, and then back to a downward dog. And 3 breaths. Make sure you're forcing out all the toxins in your body. And then from here, I'm going to walk my hands back, forward fold, half lift, forward fold again, stand tall, and then side bend to the right, center, side bend to the left, and just really feel that stretch. If your back is tight, you're going to feel it in your lower back. Then clasp your hands behind your back, forward fold, and then from here, I'm going to do a twist. Lift my right hand toward the sky, my left hand down, gaze follows. There's a mini in my left knee, and then switch it up, and left hand toward the sky, right leg bent. And it just feels really good. If you've been sitting for a long time, just to get the twist in your thigh and your upper back. And then walk it out into a plank pose. We're going to hold it here for a moment before the vinyasa, and then vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. And you can walk out your dog to stretch the back of your legs, and reminding yourself right now that what's here and now is feeling your body, your mind, and being here in this moment. And maybe starting out, even though we started our practice, with reminding ourselves of what we are grateful for today. Maybe 3 intentional things. Maybe you're grateful for being here, waking up and enjoying this beautiful day if it's nice out where you are, or just being here and able to do this practice and honoring your body. Because if you cannot honor yourself, you cannot give back. You only can pour out what you have inside. And that's true, because if you do not refill your needs, you're going to be broken, and being broken does not leave room for you to be a good parent, friend, or any person in the relationship, a spouse, or a good worker, any of that. And so really focusing on what you can give back is focusing on what you need or your body needs. So back to downward dog. Walk your dog out, whatever your body's craving. And from here, I'm going to lift my right leg up to the sky. Just do a hip stretch. And then I'm going to tuck it under to a fallen star. Lift my left arm toward the sky. Gaze follows. And then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to lift my right arm, my right leg up, step it through, crescent lunge. Lift your hands toward the sky. Gaze follows. You're going to feel the mini back bend, and then twist your right hand behind you. Gaze follows. And then from here, I'm going to clasp my hands behind my back, forward fold over straight legs, pyramid pose. Now, there should be no bend in your legs, so you might need to move your legs closer together. And then from here, I'm going to go to the vinyasa and do the same on the other side. Left leg high, and I'm going to do the hip opener just to feel the bend. Tuck your left leg through, fallen star, gaze follows, right hand toward the sky. And then I'm going to go back through, lift your left Step it through. Crescent lunge. Twist to the left, gaze follows toward your left hand, and then pyramid pose. Clasp your hands behind your back, step that right leg forward, and then lean over your left leg and feel the stretch in the back of your left leg. And then vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. From here, I'm going to lift my right leg high. You're going to do the hip stretch and then step it through. Crescent lunge. Twisted to the gaze follows to the right. And then pyramid pose. And then you're going to put your left hand down, right hand toward the sky. Twisted half moon. Gaze follows. Each side is going to be different of the body because each side is going to have more stretching capability. One side will be different than the other. And then temple dancer, twist to the right. And then you're going to grab your left foot out toward the side. Padangusthasana B. And you're going to hold it here for a moment. Feel all the shaking. The shaking is building up strength in your body. And then you're going to reach behind, grab your left leg, and then dancer pose. And then back to a vinyasa to do the same on the other side. Left leg, hip opener, step it through. Crescent lunge, twist to the left, gaze follows, pyramid pose. And then right hand touches down, left hand toward the sky, gaze follows. And then you're going to cross your right leg over your left, twist to the left, temple dancer, and then grab your right foot out in front to the side, Padangusthasana B, and then dancer pose, tuck your right leg behind you, lean forward, and then vinyasa. And then just walk it out. From here, I'm going to go back to do an inversion. Feel free to do a bridge pose or something else. Whatever you think your body wants. Your body should be warmed up and good. So just do whatever it's calling. And an inversion and stretching out your legs or doing it different ways also leaves a different feeling in your back, stretches out your legs differently. So feel free to get creative and be mindful of what you need in this particular moment. All right, and then to child's pose from here. And just let out all that toxic or all the toxins in your body when you exhale. And then from here, I'm going to go back to the bear pose. I'm going to tuck my feet under this time, lift my body up. And your body should be more warmed up at this point in time, so it'll feel differently. And then I'm going to go to a downward dog. I'm going to step my right leg through. And then I'm going to do a triangle pose. Left hand toward the sky, gaze follows. And just feel the stretch in your left side body. Make sure your abs are holding you up and you're not crouching or slouching. And then twist it. Twisted triangle, right hand toward the sky, gaze follows. Feel the twist in your lower back. And then I'm going to switch sides and do it on the other side. You point your left arm out, your left leg to the back of the mat, and then right arm toward the sky. Remember, make sure you're not crouching or slouching under, and you're holding up your side body with your abs. And then you're going to twist your left side with your right hand in the ground. And then forward fold. And then back toward the front for a dragonfly twist, seated half split. And then I'm going to do a gate pose and do those poses on the other side, the dragonfly twist. So, gate pose, your right leg is straight. And then same poses on the other side. Whew. All right. And then back to center. From here, I'm going to go into some yin postures. So I'm going to do a frog pose. You're going to spread your legs wide, and then you're going to lean over as far as your body will allow you to go. This is going to stretch out your inner thighs and only do what your body is calling you to do. So if your body doesn't want you to get low, don't go that low. And slowly over time, you can work toward it. Being present with your body is also knowing what your body can do and what it can withstand. So do not overdo it. From here, I'm going to do a bridge pose. And just so you can see, you're going to lean back, and then you're going to lift your lower body up and just hold it in this pose. Right now, the sun is really bright, but just holding it up, it's building your leg strength and your upper and your back strength. So, and then when you go back to do it a second time, you can go into a full wheel. You can challenge yourself by standing on your toes. And this really gives you the back stretch that you didn't know you needed. And then from here, I'm going to go into deer pose. My right leg is bent in, my left leg behind, and I'm going to lean forward. Wherever your body is craving that stretch to be, when you lean forward, follow it. So I want to say in life, we can often overlook things and not understand, why things are the way things are. So it's often easy to ignore what life's purpose is for things. So I say the best thing is, if you're in a waiting period or you're not sure, is to keep your mind busy with other things that are of importance or meaning to you. So if you have hobbies or activities that you haven't done in forever, but you just keep denying yourself that ability to do it, go and do that to keep your mind preoccupied, because thinking about something that you have no control over will not necessarily get you the results or answers faster. So just being mindful of that. And sometimes in life, things just happen that you just can't explain or you don't have answers for. And you might not necessarily figure them out. And that's okay. If you weren't meant for something and it wasn't meant for you, the universe has better plans for you, or other plans that might not align, that you can't see yet. So after you've done both sides of deer, I'm going to do butterfly pose. So basically, you put your legs together, open them like a book, depending how stretched you want, and then lean forward. This is going to stretch out your inner thighs. And then I'm going to lean up, lean forward, and stretch. And then I'm going to lean up, and this concludes my restorative yoga for this Sunday morning. So remember to be mindful of what your body needs, what you are craving in the moment, because you can't be the best version of yourself if you don't take care of yourself. So I hope you guys have a great start to the week and really have a great rest of the day. Namaste.